Hey everybody, it's getting around that time of year when we start using our fireplaces again. The weather's getting cold. Yes, even us in Florida, we every now and then we'll light a fire. But I wanted to share a couple of things with you, and then if you stick around to the end, I'll teach you a little trick in case you weren't aware. But the first thing is this: before you start that fire, there's a there's a mistake that some of us have made, and it's a mistake you only need to make once, and that is starting the fire without opening your flue and smoking yourself out. If you look up under here, you see mine has a handle. When it's down, it's closed, and when I lift on it, it opens the flue. Yours may be operate a little bit differently, but still the same idea. I'm going to close it, and I'm going to show you up inside there how that works. That's open, obviously, and closed. So open is the best way to be when you're going to start a fire. And secondly, and by far the most important, is you need to ask yourself, when was the last time you had your chimney flue cleaned out, especially if you use your fireplace fairly frequently. This particular fireplace, I had it put in about 13 years ago, and again, I live in Florida. I've had about 5 fires in there, so it's probably not yet time. But what can happen, the inside of that flue can get a buildup of what's called creosote. It's very flammable, and you do not want a chimney fire. It can burn your house down. So what you want to do is get somebody out to inspect it and clean it out if it's time, typically about once a year if you use it fairly frequently. The people that'll come out and do it are commonly referred to as chimney sweeps, and you just find somebody in your area to come out and get that taken care of for you. In the event that you ever have a chimney fire, there is a product, and I will find it on Amazon. It's called Chimfex, and what it is, it's almost like a road flare. You strike it and toss it in to the fire, and what it does is it removes all the oxygen from the fire, and they say it'll put out the chimney fire within 22 seconds. And I've never used one, but from those who have used it, they say it works. It's got very good reviews. So you might want to have that on hand if you're having fires fairly frequently. And then I promised you, if you stuck around to the end, I would teach you a little trick, and it's called priming your flue. Some of you old timers are familiar with this. Some of you who are kind of new to this are not, so I'm going to share it with you. First, let me explain why we do it, and then I'm going to show you how we do it. So we go to the big board. This is your firebox. This is your flue going out through the top of your roof. And what is happening, and it's the very reason why we're building a fire in the first place, because it's cold outside. So what is going on here? We have a column of cold air inside that flue. Well, what does cold air do? Well, we know that hot air rises, cold air falls. That's what it does. So when we try to build a fire inside the firebox, that hot air and smoke that's rising is getting blocked by that cold air that's falling. And so what's happening as that fire gets going, and until it warms that flue, the air in that flue, we're getting smoked out inside the house. How do we remedy that? Well, we prime the flue, and the way we do that, I use one of these. You could use a hair dryer. You could roll up some newspaper. The idea is pretty simple, though, and that is, let me just get this started, is we want to hold this up, right up underneath that flue, and warm that air inside that flue. We'll hold it for 2 minutes, maybe 3, until we've gotten that air warmed up, and then it'll be moving in our favor as opposed to working against us when we start the fire. But Just something that's a good thing to know. And beyond that, enjoy your fires, and thanks for watching.